hard choices, easy life, easy choices, hard life. So it's one of those things where I get David Goggins in my head and just shut the hell up and get it done kind of thing for the time. I drink like athletic greens every morning and that sort of stuff. I think a lot of it too was just like not getting the proper nutrients, or skipping meals was a very common thing. And occasionally I still do that. Again, it's a work in progress. I don't know if you ever solve it. Short answer is there's much more to be done. Compared to myself 2 years ago, I'm miles better. So I see it as incremental journey. I am not and don't necessarily see myself ever getting fully addicted to the fitness side of things. It's more of a maintenance mode to make sure I can be optimal.
So before I flip to John and Marty, I'm actually quite amazed by your comments, Colby. Is what's preventing the enjoyment from beating up the mind or beating up the body, and how that might translate into how it's building the business? Because for me, Colby, so I did a big, massive ride this morning. It was an endurance ride. Fucking was hating it, but it was teaching my mind to get through my 16-hour day today. So I use and I know we talk with John and Marty all the single time. I use my hours in the morning to train my brain, train my body to get through my business. Yet sounds like how you're speaking about it is that you still, I don't know, struggle, but you still battle those feelings, Colby.
Yeah, I think it's one of those, it's probably like one of the biggest, I don't want to say blind spots, but maybe resistance factors, right? Yeah. I will say around the rest of my life, there's definitely a lot of movement and that sort of stuff. I'll go out and walk the dog for an hour every day and that sort of stuff. I have 3 young kids, so it's like one of those things where I am just constantly moving, and I get my weights from just carrying around. We had twin girls, so
there you go.
We carry them both simultaneously. Yes. And they're both like 20 pounds. It's not a ton, but it gets me going. Yeah. And I've never really struggled with being overweight or having high cholesterol or blood pressure or anything like that. I've always had a pretty solid like resting heart rate, aside from when I was crazy anxious and burnout. But it's typically around like in the 60, 70 range max when I'm operating. There's so much more to do. Like there's a whole business around optimizing that. I think I'm just constantly focused on what I need to do for the business. So it's more for me, because to be super like clear with and transparent, I still think I'm in the getting out of this. I don't think I'm thriving. I think I'm surviving with it. And so a lot of it, Keith, is probably the main thing, is just like looking at the signs ahead of time.